So, one thing I do want to ask you is, I'm sure you've probably heard of like Ryan Holiday, who's like he's like the I guess the modern like proponent of Stoicism nowadays, right? I
Sure.
don't know if you've like read any of his books by any chance or not.
Yeah, I'm familiar with his work. I'm not a big fanboy. I haven't read a lot of his work. I tend to read the ancient texts more than modern Stoic books, but I'm very familiar with his work. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like that. So, do you personally have any favorite Stoic books? Since you mentioned ancient.
Hmm. Favorite Stoic books. I will say that, well, there's a couple that come to mind other than the ancient texts. I mean, Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, just a wonderful, wonderful book. If you're new to Stoicism, I think that's a great book because it's very practical and it's very short. Letters from a Stoic, it's basically like one page letters from this philosopher that he's writing to a mentee of his, just teaching him basic lessons on day-to-day life. So it's just a wonderful book and it's easy to read. Modern books, I really like Kai Whiting, he's a friend of mine actually. Kai Whiting, he's a Stoic lecturer, and he wrote a book called Being Better: Stoicism for a World Worth Living in. Very short book, great introductory book for anyone that's new to Stoicism because it goes over the history very briefly and it goes over the main principles and it's very simple and easy to read and it's quite short. So if you're interested in a starting book, that's a great one. And then the Practicing Stoic, another one which doesn't get talked about much, but the Practicing Stoic is a great book as well. Really delves deep if you want to get into there and lists all the quotes of the Stoics and on different topics. So that's a great one. That's by Ward Farnsworth, I believe. Yeah. So
I like that. I like that.